So hi everybody and welcome to today's session. We have Pilot Lieutenant Jeff Schwartz joining us today. We are excited to have him here today, and what a special guest to have this week as we celebrated Memorial Day. For those of you in the US, we just celebrated Memorial Day on Monday, where we remembered those who served and fought for us. And so really excited to have Jeff on here today. Before we get started, I'm going to have everybody take a minute and just salute Pilot Lieutenant Jeff Schwartz. We have a very special session with Jeff joining us. The thing about Jeff is he's in our mastermind and he always has all these great ideas. He's doing amazing things and he's running a successful digital agency. Now, he is the most organized digital agency owner that I have ever met in my entire life. Lorette will tell you the same thing.
Yeah,
I was telling everybody, and I did a video earlier today, that we were going to be interviewing you, and I wanted to know a little bit more about those badges. I've never seen that before. I've never seen so many badges. So tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. So while I'm upgrading Destin, doing all this, these are my helmet covers for the visor cover, which is that guy right there, so it doesn't get scratched. And then these are all of the badges that I've had over the years from my very, very first day with the VT3 down in Pensacola, Florida, all the way through my last assignment here in Luke over 8.5 years. So each one of those is a different badge that we would wear, or patch, if you will. You say badges, but they're patches that go on different spots of the flight suit for your squadron, your base, your name, and then obviously what command you're in, whether it be PACAF or ACC, Air Combat Command here in the U.S., or if you're training, they had separate ones for that as well. So each squadron has its own patches. And that you were able to show who you are with. It's kind of like a team, if you will. You had your own brand, your own team, and things like that.
That is really cool. And so what kind of planes did you fly?
So I flew T-34s with the Navy. That's where this one came from, right here. That little guy, I know you guys probably can't see it because it's small. Then I flew T-38s, and then I flew F-16s. And I had about, let me turn the volume off on this, sorry. I had about 900 to 1,000 hours in the F-16. I don't remember exactly how many, but that's about the total time that I had.
Wow. So everybody, let's just give a quick salute to Pilot Lieutenant Jeff Schwartz, and I'm really excited to have him here with us today. So
awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, what a great accomplishment. And you're the first pilot lieutenant that has flown in a fighter plane that we've ever interviewed here for the Learning Tube. So welcome. And here at the Learning Tube, people come on every week to learn from experts like you. So we're excited to have you. And on that note, Jeff, I will turn off my webcam and turn it over to you.
So we're talking about how to build a stable recurring income in under 45 days and the repeatable process that you can copy to be able to do that. So how many of you guys that are on the call today would like to have a stable business in 45 days from now that you know is going to be consistent and growing, that you can leverage to be able to move forward in your agency with? So somebody says me, somebody says I'm in, says Pierre, absolutely. I would, for sure, I would, me. So I got May, Jackie, Makita, Harold, Byron said absolutely Pierre. Victoria said me. Yeah, baby says Ken. Yes, definitely says Shushil. Keisha says for sure. Getting taste of want to be keep this momentum going. That's awesome. I'm happy for you. Abso said Joe for sure. Yes, I can't wait. Me. Yes, says Sekiru. Cynthia, Martha. Awesome. All right, you guys are really interactive today, so this is good as we go through. So as we go through, I'm going to answer a couple questions, ask you guys a couple questions to get an understanding of where you're at in your agency right now and how it can help you guys move forward. So how many of you here today have a digital agency with at least 3 clients? Give me a yes if you do. Type in no if you don't have one that big yet. And while you guys are typing in yes and no, this is for Destin. I'm going to have him open up the other computer so he can probably log on to there as well. So somebody said I will. Somebody said bring it, Jeff. Awesome. Sean says no. Keisha says yes. May says yes. But then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Somebody said 3, says Sean. 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 20. All right, so I'm at like 30 right now. I don't want to say your names. I'll be respectful of that, although, I mean, we're going to be close friends here shortly. So Patty says yes, and most of you said no. I'm going to say 85 to 90% of you said no, right? So if no, what's been your biggest hurdle? Like, what is your biggest hurdle? Says no from somebody else, from Stanisha. What's been your biggest hurdle so far? What's prevented you from getting your first 3 clients? I'll give you guys a second to type that in the chat. Time, okay, Esteban, that's a good one. Finding clients, Cynthia. So Esteban, I'm going to show you how to leverage your time properly today. Using my system and my processes that you can copy. Cynthia, I'm going to show you how we find clients every day. No response, Carlos, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you how I get them to respond to me and how they're actually actively reaching out to me. I'm going to have to show you guys some examples of that as well. Joe says marketing, getting in front of decision makers, right? So I'm going to show you how to get the decision makers to be reaching out to you. Setting up my agency, someone said time, focus, overload. Okay, we're talking about simple, repeatable systems today. Basically just getting started. Pearly, this is gonna be perfect for you. May says, I have 3, but fear not being able to support the way I want to. You are in the right place, May, today. Traffic to my site, Pierre, I'll show you how we do that to ours. How to go about it, says Victoria. The ones I'm getting are not a recurring client. Okay, we can talk about how to position that properly. I'm working on a way for disabled veterans to do it from their home and doing it actually virtually. Byron, that's awesome. Byron, I'm actually technically a disabled veteran as well. So I totally get that and I respect that. Rob, we are trying to record this. I can't guarantee because GoToWebinar has been really weird today. Groups in my niche focus on Facebook don't allow promotion. Jackie, I'm going to show you how to be lead by example in those groups, or being friends with those, get people to reach out to you, putting everything together to make it work. Clive, I'm going to show you how we do that here. David, is raining there. It's super hard. Wow, so just stay dry, David, and we'll get the recording if we can. And then if we're losing anybody, we'll get you guys out there. So okay, so for everybody that typed in, first of all, thank you for really being open about that. All of the stuff that I'm hearing from you are because you don't have a system and a process in place. And like Alicia told you, I can't show you my screen because I'm on a different computer. I'm on my staff's computer right now. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to plug this in so it doesn't die as we go through. But I was going to show you guys my inbox. I have 4 emails in my inbox. I'm hyper organized. I am focused to where I need to go, and I have the systems and processes built around everything. And that's what we're going to talk about today for you guys in your business. So whether you answered yes or no, who here would like a proven and cost-effective way to build a highly scalable agency, offering proven services to almost any local niche? Just give me a 1 or a yes in the chat right now. I got me's, I got Heller, yes, right? Yes, 111. Laptop's not working. We'll get you guys the replay if we can. Yes, yes, I do, 1 I do, yes, yes, awesome. So everybody that typed that in, I've got a ton of you guys. I want to get into the meat of this because we are a little bit behind today to make sure that you guys have everything you need. Rashisha, everybody said yes, cool. All right. So today we're going to talk about something that's really important to me. And for those of you that don't have more than 3 clients right now, we're talking about closing deals with simple, scalable offers. This is not rocket science. This is not super complicated. This is about closing deals with simple, scalable offers. And the hint here is you got to put a little work in the upfront, and you will reap those rewards non-stop after that. So I'm going to talk about how I find, engage, close, and fulfill deals without ever having to meet clients face to face, right? So as we go through this process, I want you guys to understand a few things about me. I'm a retired captain in the Air Force. The thing that says, Pilot Lieutenant Jeff Short is what Alicia was referring to earlier. Was actually on the side of one of the airplanes. They tell you who the pilot of the aircraft is back when I was a lieutenant, and they gave me the extra one, which is cool. So I've kept it. I'm a former United States Air Force F-16 instructor pilot. So I'm used to teaching people that have never sat in a $20 to $30 million airplane how to employ that as a weapon. right? I had a career-ending back injury back in 2007. I had surgery. I tried to get back on the jet, and unfortunately, I was unable to because I disc re-slipped, which basically ended my path and my career path as an F-16 pilot, and I basically had to go to my second act in life, right? The good news for you, though, is over the past 14 years, I've worked with local business owners, and I've owned a digital agency that services my local area here in Arizona, and I have clients across the country and even some around the world. We focus on simple, repeatable services that I can automate and scale with, and it requires minimal monthly effort to generate revenue. Now, for me personally, this is kind of like my creed of how we actually work in our agency by helping digital marketers and agencies thrive online. I focus on these three things. Number one, focus, right? We pick what we're going to work on and we focus on that and we go down that path. We then have faith in the effort that we're putting in, knowing that we have everything set up as we're ready to move forward. And then we remain disciplined until we either meet our objectives or our goals, or we realize that we are not going to be unable to meet them and we need to make a pivot or a change. So I go on focus, faith and effort, and stay disciplined to the path, right? So that's how I operate, and you're going to see that as we talk about my agency and how it basically can be a repeatable agency, just what you guys need for your own business. Now, today, I'm going to show you a lot of stuff, right? It's not about me. I'm not here to gloat. I'm going to show you a lot of things inside my agency. I'm going to show you some reasonable numbers. I'm going to show you a couple big numbers, right? But I'm not here to gloat. I'm just here to show you that, yes, I do this on a regular basis. But today is all about you guys, right? It is about you, your agency, getting past your first couple clients and building an agency that you can truly scale. I know you can do this because I'm not the smartest person out there. I just stay focused, faith and effort, and discipline, right? I remain disciplined as we go set up from there. All right, I'm going to show you guys how I have a remote team that can work from anywhere and the unique process that we used to build a six-figure agency and how you can too, right? I have a team. I actually have a couple people in the office right now here today, but I have a team that can work 100% remotely. I can go to my condo in Mexico. I can travel around the world if I wanted to and still know that my business is running like clockwork on a daily basis. The way we do it is with simple $200 to $400 a month deals. We sell simple little packages that go out there for these local businesses. You can see this was last month. I guess we're in June now. I just took a quick screenshot a week or so ago and just threw that in there to show you guys, yes, we are billing customers on a regular basis inside of our agency. You can see we have some bigger hits, but we also have some smaller ones that happen every single month. Now, I can't cover everything in the agency today, right? But I can share some main key factors with you guys as we go through. And at the end, I have an opportunity for you to leverage all my knowledge, all the skill sets that we have that we can basically hand right over to you and help you guys grow as well. But before we get started, I want to get real, right? I can't fix laziness, right? You can't fix laziness. If you don't want to put in the effort, I can't help you. You have to be able to take responsibility for your future. I'm going to help you guys build the best version of yourself and your business going through this process because we have a growth process that we use. You will get out of this a multiple of what you put in. What do I mean by that? I mean that I can help you double, triple, quadruple your agency in 45 days, or even just get your first customer in the door within the first 30 to 45 days if you just put in the effort, if you will show up for yourself. And what I'm about to show you is real life stuff. You're going to be able to go and Google and verify everything that I show you because this is real stuff inside of our agency. So give me a me in the chat right now if you're willing to put in the work, a little effort of what I'm going to show you to be able to help grow, double, triple, quadruple your agency here as we get going. Whoa, a ton of people just typed in me. That was the fastest me I've ever seen. So Seon, Sushil, Stanisha, Julia, Cynthia, Monica, May, Victoria, Jackie, Refresha, Martha, Sean, Leah, Harold, Keisha, all typed in me. And now I got Ryan, Pierre, all typing in Caroline, me, Clive, me, awesome. All right. You guys get it, right? So let's get real. How to build your agency as an asset, right? I say I'm willing and somebody typed in yes as well, right? So you want to build your agency not as a revenue generator engine that, basically gets you from month to month or just kind of, gets you entertained or as a hobby, right? You want to build it as an asset for your business. I can leverage my agency for certain purposes because I built it as an asset. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the digital space right now, in the digital agency space. Over the past year, like a year ago, people were scrambling, right? But as COVID hit, businesses started to reemerge. A lot of people lost businesses. They lost, a couple small businesses closed that were clients of theirs. A lot of agencies lost clients. But if you have something that is a lifeline, is an anchor for that business, they're not going to go anywhere. You're going to help them survive and even potentially thrive in the times, right? You need to be able to have those adjustments and those pivots. But what's happening right now is the businesses that were out there, some of them got grants, other ones were looking to be able to grow their business and move forward from there. So what happened is a lot of them are now reemerging. They're coming out of hibernation. They're coming out of survival mode and they're going back into growth mode. What does that mean? Is because everything that's happened over the last year, they're looking for digital agencies just like you and I to help them meet their goals and objectives inside of their business. And you have the ability, to crisis-proof your agency. What do I mean by crisis-proof? No matter what happens in the world, because you have clients, your billing is $200, $400, $600 a month. If you lose one or two clients, it's not really going to affect you. You'll be able to pay your staff. You'll be able to move forward and go from there. But if you have 3 clients at $3,000 or $4,000 and that covers all of your overhead, and you lose one or two of those clients, you're at risk of going out of business, right? So think about it. What's your plan B? What's your long term? It is building your brand and your agency as an asset where people are continually coming to you and you have something that's different than everybody else that's out there. And we'll talk about what my current focus is as an agency. Right now, I'm using what my triad package is, my trifecta, which is I have an anchor that I sell, and then I have lead generation and lead conversion. I'll talk about that here in just a little bit of how I position my trifecta to a lot of these business owners. So why am I doing this right now? Like, why am I telling people, like, I'm going to help you grow your business, grow your agency? First of all, businesses are reemerging, right? They're coming out of that hibernation and they're looking to move forward. So for me, as we got into 2021, I noticed that a lot of our agencies were still struggling, and we decided that we were going to help jumpstart a lot of the agencies that I already work with a special program. Now, how we got here today and how this entire program was built was based on what we saw when working with local businesses and working with the agencies that we had in our hip pocket here that I was already working with. So what I noticed was in our space, a lot of folks don't do what they're teaching, right? They're going to give you a Warrior Plus offer. They're going to give you a quick little way to get your foot in the door. They're going to kind of show you that, hey, look, here's a way to get clients, but they never really opened up the full agency to be able to give you what you needed to be able to move forward. So they weren't really doing what they were teaching. So what I did back in January of this year was I turned my agency into this for a small group of customers. What is that? It is a fishbowl, right? I literally did over-the-shoulder fishbowl with our customers of some of my agency customers and clients and then software customers inside of my own business. So what we did was we ran a program, as you see, back in mid to late January. We called it 21 Jumpstart, right? People loved it. I was showing them how we were leading by example going into 2021, what marketing we were doing, how we were putting people into our funnel, and really just did it live over a couple weeks. And put a lot of agencies over the shoulder, basically as if you were standing behind me, watching me operate on a day-to-day basis inside of our agency. As we went through, this really is what was shown, which was kind of the tip of the iceberg, right? Because I was just showing them, hey, how we're getting people in the door, like a little bit each day of like what we were doing to close. But really what they didn't see was everything that was below the water line. In this case, right? The rest of the iceberg, they only saw the tip. They only got just the little peek of what was really going on here. But it also opened up my eyes to what's happening in our space. When people are talking about, I'm a digital agency, this is what I do, right? This is how I operate, right? We talk a lot about foot in the door strategies, right? How do you guys go out there and you purchase a new foot in the door strategy either once a week or once a month, right? Give me a yes in the chat right now if you've purchased a foot in the door strategy or training or piece of software that's supposed to get you foot in the door to talk to a business owner within the last month, right? So yes, is it got yes, yes, why, too many, yes, one, yes, 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 right? All right, so a lot of yeses and ones coming in, right? We talk about a lot about foot in the door strategies in our space, right? That's to get you guys to pay attention, but that's what they are. They're just foot in the door strategies. They're just conversation starters for you guys. That's not going to build you a stable, recurring, growing agency, right? Somebody said tired of purchasing, and I haven't because I can't afford them, but I would have, right? Said somebody else. So stop. You have something, I would bet, that you can use right now and productize that, right? The key is for you to be able to sell and keep these customers for a long period of time. So while we're talking about foot in the door strategies, the real key, the real secret sauce here is to be able to sell somebody quickly by showing them value up front and you're not chasing them down for weeks, and then to keep these customers where you're rebilling them either monthly or annually for a long continued period of time. The way I do it here in my agency is we keep it simple, we get their attention, and then we follow up. Those are the three things that we do. Write that down if you guys have it, right? I had notes, but now I've got computers everywhere on my desk. So keep it simple. You want to get their attention. I'm going to show you guys how to do that here today, and then follow up with them when you have their attention to get them to close the deal. Now, I do have to warn you guys, this isn't some push button program where you're just going to, push a button and magic's going to happen. You do have to put in a little bit of work. So I want to show you guys how it started. This is a picture of the whiteboard that's on the other side of the wall right here in my office. So on that board was what we were doing to start the year, how we were going to put businesses into our funnel and how we were going to walk them through the process and how we were going to break them out, sort them, qualify what our offers of the week were, what our offers of the month were, and how we were going to do that. How it really started was one thing, how it's going is another. Because of this funnel and what we're doing, you guys got to see some of the income stuff here just a little bit ago. We were able to close some deals. This is a coyote dog proofing company here in the Phoenix area, and we were able to close that deal for a yearly package. I think it was like $9.99 for this package for a simple little website. And we did some lead conversion for him, and we also did some digital payments as an option that we were set up for him. We had a conversation with him. But what really got his attention was one of the things that we use for us, which is we have these little attention getter business cards that we use. I don't necessarily recommend you have to go out and get them for yourself, but I have something that differentiates me from the other folks that are digital agencies that work with in our agency. So I actually sent our customer support guy to reach out to him to do the follow-up, and basically he was bragging about this little metal business card that I have that he was able to, I gave him one of them because I met him in person. I was able to keep, did not forget about it, but when Mike called him, he leveraged that business card, because I had a quality business card, as one of the ways that his website would look to his potential clients, right? It's a high quality, something that would leave a mark. And from that point forward, the guy went from cold and not wanting to be talked to receptive and interested, and then purchasing the website. In addition to that, we closed a local mover, right? These are all on our website. So this was a $600 to $1,000 package for the website build for us. And we did a multi-pay for him and got him up and running. And then they have a monthly maintenance package that we use for them for some lead generation. Able to close that deal. In addition to that, local trainer here, personal trainer, went out and redid a complete refresh of his website for him, helping to go through some new rebranding, do some lead generation off of his main website, as well as doing some digital payment integration as well. So we were able to do all of that for him as part of one simple package that we were able to sell that with. A local auto group here, we added digital payments for him as well that we've set up and integrated with the current site and things that they were using as well. In addition to that, we started working on an e-com site for a soap company. This is actually another veteran-owned business, so we did a pretty good deal for him, and we've been working on that to be able to set him up and to be able to grow and continue to move from there. All of that, all of those little sites, all those little proof things that we were set up will help us upgrade and step up. So when we had to give those real examples to a larger client, we were able to leverage our smaller clients. And we're in the process of releasing a new 150 plus page website, complete refresh, rebuild that one of my in-house staff is building for a 5-figure deal. How big is that? It's pretty big. It's a multi-month project, but we were able to actually go and leverage that where it was a $12,000 plus website deal of how we were able to set that up. Now they sent us a wire, so we didn't have actual credit card payment on that. And show you guys that as the slide advances here, it doesn't want to advance. There we go. We were able to close that deal and have a signed contract on that, right? So we're able to release that and use some of our other examples to leverage that into bigger packages from there, because we had quality examples that they liked, and we were doing some other stuff with them as well. Now, I showed you guys a couple of things of digital payments, websites. We're doing social lead generation and things like that. I'm going to tell you right now, that's what I'm doing, right? It doesn't matter what you are selling, because I'm going to teach you how to treat your agency like a farm. The way we do that, way we cultivate, and things are in different phases in your business, and the different services and things that you offer, I'm going to show you how to treat it just like a farm. What do I mean by that? Well, we're going to help you guys run your farm. So you're going to have your plot of land. That's your business. That's what you have in your package offerings, right? We're going to have you guys grow and cultivate your harvest. Different things are going to be at different phases, and you're going to have different offerings of what you're harvesting and what you're growing on that farm. Now, we talked about, basically crisis proofing your agency. Because you're doing a couple different small things, you will be able to adjust and pivot quickly if something like that does happen again, right? So there's certain seasons where businesses are paying attention to you and they want to do complete rebrands, or maybe they want to drive social media, or they want to do lead generation or lead conversion, right? So as those seasons and weather adjust, you adjust your packages and your farms as well. And then once you get that set up, right, you start on your own, you then hire staff and contractors to be able to outsource that as you guys move forward. It is all about these two things: the services that you provide and your systems and processes that you put in place, right? So it's about the services you provide, write this down, and the systems and processes that you put in place for your business and your agency. So as we go through this, pay attention to that, because I'm going to show you guys how I have specific services that we offer in a systemized way. Can you get local clients without leaving your home or ever meeting them? Yes. One of the biggest clients I've ever closed was nearly 6 figures a year, and I never met them. Actually, I met them in person after we signed the contract, because that company happened to be coming into town. I went through and sold, it was like $75,000 or $85,000 up front, and then we did a recurring, so put them up to like 6 figures a year for a couple hundred location businesses that we were working with. And I was able to do that 100% virtually, and that was all pre-pandemic. So you do not need to go out there and reach and go into physical businesses if you want to close those deals. You can do it 100% virtually. You can be working from your office, you can work from home, your laptop, wherever you're at, right? You're able to do that. But how do you do it? So for us, I like to close deals with simple packages that we can quickly explain. So for you guys, I have some questions for you, right? What is your offer? Right, so type in the chat what your offer is right now. I want to know kind of what is your offer? What is your primary offer? If you don't have one, say, I don't know, IDK, or I don't have one yet. There's an IDK that came in. Cool. All right, SEO, lead generation, none yet. Lead generation, website or mobile app. I'm selling branding services, multiple offers depending on their need. Okay, Sean, good one. 2-page author website. Does Keisha, $500 to $600. Love it. A lot of IDK, GMB setup. These are all quality offers. Somebody said lead generation. I'd say be a little bit more clear on the final how that. Lead generation, again, be clear. We do lead generation by X, right? Video creation, video marketing, web services, including logos, website building, videos, SEO, VAs, etc. Says Pierre. Awesome. I think I know what program you're in. You may have the word Insta in there. From there, awesome. All right. So my next question is, how do you sell your services? How are you currently selling your services? How do you do your outreach to these small businesses? So Ryan, hey, what's up? Lead gen funnels without need of targeting pixel. Okay, awesome. Product, service, logos, website. Somebody said through Messenger is how they're doing reach out. It's a great way to do it. Clubhouse and WOM, word of mouth so far, none set up yet. Shoe leather, said somebody, they're walking the streets, awesome, and talking to people and just knocking on doors, right? Or sending out cold emails. My website, social media from there. Free directory listing, social media, Loom videos, I like that one. That's another good one. Social media is another good, that's one of the ones that we use. Free directory listing, I like, Patty, I know what you're doing. And then somebody said none yet, okay? So my question for you guys, we talked about how you're selling it, what your service is. So you guys have some really great ideas. Do you have an offer sheet? Or do you even know what an offer sheet is? Type in yes or no. No, okay, no. Social media, that's something, no. You got a couple yeses, nope. A lot of no's, right? Maybe, not sure, Sakisha, that's a good one, right? So because I can't go clicking around my other screen and I don't want to mess up on desks because I'm not logged in, and we already got the slides up, so I'm not going to play with that computer at all. I have an offer sheet, right? And that offer sheet has my primary offer and any secondary offers that I can have. It also tells you what my pricing are and all my links. It's a simple little spreadsheet that I can go through, and literally, if somebody says, I already have, I don't really want to do my website, but I like how your social media strategy is, or I noticed that you guys have a way to generate leads via SMS on your website. Can I have that? I have all of my stuff already in there. So my offer sheet is what packages we can sell if they come back and have additional questions, right? So we've got to have that in place so we know exactly where it is. Would this be on the opt-in page? No, Shashil, it would not. It would be like in-house. It would be one of those things for me as we get set up from there. All right, how to build your own offer, right? So this is what I like to do, and this is how I break it down. I like to keep it simple, right? When you're just starting out, if you don't have 3 clients, and that is 85 to 90% of you that are on this call right now, here's how I'm going to tell you how to break it down. Pick one niche. Pick the vertical, the niche that you understand, that you have some passion about, or that you relate to in some way or form, that you feel like you're drawn to that vertical, to that niche, right? Select a local area that you want to target. Start in one niche in your local area, keeping it simple, right? Prove the model to yourself as you go through. And Keisha says she has something that's awesome. All right. Then define your package offering. What is it, right? If I were to come up to you, whether it be Keisha, Sam, anybody else that's on this call that was telling me what their offers were, if I came up to you, can you define that to me? If I'm a relative of yours, if I'm a potential customer, in 1 or 2 sentences. It's called your elevator pitch, right? I help this type of business in this area do X, right? Or I generate leads using social media for doctors, dentists, auto mechanics, tow companies, whatever, in the Phoenix area, right? That's what you are. You need to be able to define that package offering, because it's your conversation starter, especially when you're going place. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I have a digital agency. Oh, well, what do you do? Oh, well, I can do this. I can do that. I can do kitchen sink. No, here's exactly what I do, because it helps me identify and define who I'm willing to work with, and it helps me qualify those that I want to be able to move forward in that conversation. How are you going to do your outreach? Are you going to do Zoom meetings? You do that Loom outreach, like I think it was Jack was talking about, or Jackie was talking about a little bit earlier. Or are you going to do chamber presentations? Are you doing cold outreach through Messenger, like somebody else? But you're going to know that we're going to set this defined path and funnel based on how you're building your offer, right? The niche that you're going after in your local area, you know what your package is. Now you can start your outreach from there. When you get your interest, or you see that they've opened up your Messenger message, or that they've got the initial email that they've opened, you can then do your follow-ups, and we talk about all of that Once you get the follow-up, you'll figure out who's interested, who's raised their hand, how to do the be cool close to close and fulfill that offer. Now, to close and fulfill, you don't need to be a hard salesperson. One of the things that I have with one of my staff is she's amazing until she realizes she's actually selling. But up until that point where she doesn't realize that she's selling like a purebred salesperson, right? So if you just go through the process and then you understand and be cool, you'll be able to move forward from there. So I'm going to give you the blueprint of a successful agency from start to finish as we go through. Here's my simple funnel. This is what we're doing right now inside of my agency. It's value-based promotional funnel. I start with a blog post, article, and or social media content, right? So I have a writer that writes blog posts for me on a regular basis. And actually we stopped for a little bit of time because of school and things like that. But she's now back up and she's running our blog posts again throughout the rest of the year. If I don't have my own website, if I don't have my own blog or where to put it, I can then go leverage somebody else's article that's out there and I can post it on my social media, right? Once I do that, I have a list of businesses that I built up by giving away free directory sites and things like that over the last year. I email a broadcast to those business owners, or if I didn't have that list, I would be posting it on social media, sharing that content, and then using other alternative sources to do outreach to those business owners, working with the local chamber to get as part of their newsletter because I'm providing quality content, other local organizations that work with small businesses to make sure that I'm getting my content and my article out there. And I will continue to do that on a regular basis, once a week to once every other week for my agencies, so that people see that I'm actively doing this on a regular basis. My goal is to send somebody to my content on my website and to get them to either opt in to my site or to pick up the phone and call us, right? Or to just basically say, hey, look, I want more information on the product or services that you have. Sean just said, what do you mean by giving them a free directory? Sean, I talk about it on the inside. I have a website where I give them a listing in my local area, but that was a little bit longer ago. That's how I was able to build my list pretty quickly. We follow up with those new leads and opt-ins, right, and opens. So I know if I'm sending an email broadcast that they've opened my email, I literally have my staff call them and say, hey, we noticed that you opened up and read the content of the email, or we saw you read our article, would you like more information on X, whatever we're talking about. And I have a cycle of about 6 or 7 things that we roll through on a 6 or 7 week rotation based on the products and services that we offer inside of our agency. The content that I put out is all related only to the products and services that we offer in-house, right? Because I want to be the expert on that to them. So then we also do cold outreach to all the non-responsive leads or all the businesses in our area that we can get in that period of time to outreach. We do it through email, Facebook Messenger, and cold call. We literally will text or cold call some of the businesses depending on what we're trying to do and how big we're trying to go with that scale. Our goal is to get them either on a demo, to show them an experiential demo of our product or service if it's a software, or to get their email so I can schedule them either to a consult or to a trial of what I'm offering them as part of our simple funnel. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of examples, right? This is right on my main website. We talk about landline texting, basically text enabling a business's main phone number. It's an offer that we have inside of my agency. So back in January, I put in his landline texting, for your business, just to show you guys a little proof of concept from there. We dropped an email out to our group of our list of businesses. I know you may or may not be able to see this. I can't really zoom in because I'm on the wrong computer, but within 8 minutes of dropping this piece of content out there and mailing it out, I had a lead to a business. Now, normally what I would do is I actually show you the entire conversation flow, but I can't because I can't show the screen. But I went back and forth with this company via email, was able to close that deal for landline texting. So you can see that they filled out the form. I actually immediately picked up and called Mara Lee. This was for a moving company. I immediately called her up and said, hey, this is Jeff. I saw that you just, opted into our site and you wanted to know about a little bit more information about this. She didn't answer, left her a voicemail. I immediately emailed her, and then an email thread ensued after that for about a week and a half, where we then got her showed her the proof of concept and then closed the deal from there. I normally show that to you guys, but I don't have that because I can't show you my screen. I'll give it to you inside the training. We also offer done for you automated social posting, right? This was done back in February, and I think we're rolling out another one blog post on this next week. So we'll push that out there. What's interesting is that this is basically like bait in the water, right? So if you go fishing, like you can, you cast your reel and you're hoping to catch a fish. Sometimes you catch the big one, sometimes you don't catch anything, right? But we leave with a blog post with content posted on social media, content posted on our site, or articles that we've written or got sponsored on different sites and things like that. We leave that out there, right? So this is what we did back in February. However, you see, it was just a little 8 tips to improve your social media presence. Just a couple weeks ago, so in May, so 2 or 3 weeks ago, so what, February to March, April, May. So within 3 months later, I'm still generating leads off of this post for businesses that happen to come across our website. So I've had evergreen inbound leads coming from the asset that I've built for my agency as we've gone through. This is one of my most recent posts. This one actually went out yesterday. It's about contactless payments. One of the biggest things that we're offering right now are digital payments for local businesses, help go through the contactless payment process. So we're upgrading that, right? Digitizing the future of accepting money. We just posted that yesterday, and we'll mail it out today, probably right after this webinar, to those list of businesses. Now, I will get replies back. We'll have people email, we'll have people call in, we'll have people ask for more information. But at the end of the day, I am not a high pressure salesperson, as you guys will notice and you'll see. I'm about being cool. Like, I want to work with the business owners that get who I am, they get the offer that I have, they don't feel pressure, and then they feel comfortable having the conversation with me, and I feel comfortable having the conversation with them because it's about being cool and moving forward. I have a whole be cool sales process that we walk you guys through. Now, I'll give you a story of a business card, right? So this is my business card that we talked about earlier. I went to a birthday party or an event of one of my wife's friends about, I don't know, a month or so ago. And the guy just asked me what I did. I gave him my quick little elevator pitch. And he asked me if I had a card. I did. I always have one in the back of my phone. I can pop it open. I have one for my rental property and one for my agency. And I don't just give that card out to anybody because it's a $5 business card. It's a metal business card. It costs me like $5 a piece to get, right? But when I do hand it to somebody, I know that they're going to have a lasting impression. They're not just going to toss it off to the side. So I don't just give these things out, right? So what's interesting is that, he said it was nice meeting me at the party. He's a wedding DJ or something here in town. And he was still on the hunt for those business cards. It made the impression, right? It told him that we were a higher end, higher scale type agency. And then I basically sent him back through our website because he wanted our website design survey to be able to walk him through that process. And you can see we have the email. We just basically scheduled a time for the meeting as we went through. Another one. Always be closing, always be ready, right? This is from last month. Now, Lorette's a way better golfer than me, but I go out there and I play on a regular basis. So our goal is to always be closing, right? So I met a random guy on a tee time for myself and my friend. His name was Keith. He's the regional director of sales and was a newer guy at my golf club. And they sell vision supplements. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but they were looking for ways to generate leads through social media. They didn't have a content marketing strategy. I told them a little bit about what we do, how we have our content marketing strategy on social media built around generating posts 1 to 2 times a day that drive in traffic regularly. And he's like, that's the exact solution I was looking for. And I said, all right, cool. I'll give you a card when we're done. Never talked about it again. Went, played golf, had a beer and a Coke, and then, gave him my card. And we didn't bring that work again. Hand him the card, and we set up a follow-up plan to be able to go through there. Because if I didn't have who I was looking for, I didn't qualify him, he wouldn't have had the conversation from there. So always be ready to be closing the deal or to have a card on file or have some information for you and what your business is. But key components of how we do this for my value-based promotion funnel is I look to have the ability to generate quality prospects on a daily basis, whether they self-qualify or I'm mailing them pieces of content that allow them to basically click through, whether it be a link on social media or an email that I'm sending out, and say that this is for me, and then raise their hand and let me know that they're a quality prospect for me. We sort and qualify those prospects to maximize the ROI. We want to know that they're a quality prospect coming in. They want to know that we're the right fit for them. We have a survey process that we use to make sure that they fit that. We create a simple sales process and offer that is repeatable. It's not complicated, it's simple. We keep it simple, get their attention, and follow up. Those are the three things that we do. But the key component in a lot of places where people fail, and somebody was talking about this early on, is you need to have a service or product that is easy to fulfill. Right? You need to have that product or service that is easy to fulfill. Now, a 150-page website is not easy to fulfill, but that's getting me paid a lot of money, right? But if I have a simple $200 to $400 or $500 a month package that I can sell, and it's easy for the business owner, they don't look at that as a nuisance. It's a regular commodity that they're paying for that you're offering. I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff that we have here in just a little bit. I offer what's known as cookie cutter services. I don't do a lot of the smaller one-off or custom things like that because those are, first of all, rare, and then they're hard to get, right? Because it takes a lot of effort to be able to get that, and then there's a lot of work that's on the back end as you go through. So I like to then automate and replace, and I leverage technology, and I empower others to do the work for me. I like to outsource, right? I don't want to be the one to have to go through and manually edit and tweak the website or go create their social media packages from there. I want to automate and replace and systemize as we go through. I want to minimize the manpower that it takes, and I want to speed up all aspects of your business with you, right? We're going to remove you up and out of the business so that you're managing and you're not chained to your business on a day-to-day basis. We're going to train some key staff and use templates that are already proven to run the business. And you want to keep things simple. You want to keep them repeatable as you go through. Now, you have to prove the funnel and the process before you can scale. But if you use something that's already repeatable, I shall show you exactly what we do in our business. You can then leverage that to be able to get your first couple sales, get past 3 clients, get to your 5, 10, 15, 20 clients, and then start to ramp up and scale from there. Building your systems, right? I like to try it. Once I get it to work, simple rinse and repeat. So if you can offer anything that you have that's already a product that you can pull off the shelf, you want to build your systems. You want to try it, get it to work. If it fails, that's fine. No harm, no foul. Go try something else, right? But once you get a simple, repeatable system working, just rinse and repeat from there. You just keep working as you go through setup. But you have to have a system in place to engage, follow up, close, and fulfill your customers. You have to have a system. If you don't have one now, your plan, whether you join us or not, after this call is to sit down and put a system in place that's going to work for you. Now, to be successful, to have this agency that's an asset, that's generating a couple $100 a sale, a couple $1,000 a week, 5 figures a month or more, you have to have a foundation. No company ever built up quickly and succeeded and stayed stable without that foundation. It's like building a house of cards. So I have a quick little trifecta package that I'll talk to you guys about how we do it. So my agency have my little trifecta package. So I have an anchor, right? So your anchor does not need to be a website, but that's what I use for ours. It could be just social media posting for that business. It could be PPC, lead generation. It could be SEO. It could be Google My Business. It doesn't matter. But for me, my anchor is the main website because I can do a couple things that my other services can attach to that, right? So when you have your anchor, that's where you start from. Then you talk about lead generation and lead conversion. So am I going to generate leads through social media? I'm going to leads through articles and content, press releases. I'm going to do it through online reviews. Am I going to do it through content posting? It depends on how you want to set this up. For me, I have my anchor, which is my website. My lead generation is 2 posts a day for that business in the vertical that we're working with for social media, and then lead conversion on their website. So I have some other software that we add in there to get the opt-in to go through. So for you guys, figure out what your anchor is, and that is your primary of what you do. So you guys can tell that my anchor, having gone through this entire presentation so far, is the website. You can see that we're selling those as either a initial website or a rebrand, refresh, where you go do their logo, their website, and we're offering simple, repeatable sites from there. Now, I have an agency fast start program. where together we will train you from scratch to ensure nothing is overlooked and work together to build a stable, scalable digital agencies. Now, newer agencies, for you guys that have 3 clients or less, we're going to build your foundation, right? Take everything we talked about today. We're going to define your niche, your offer, your locale of where you're offering, and then how you're going to do your system services and fulfill. If you're an experienced agency, you have 3 to 5 or more clients, we're going to talk about how to systemize and scale that, because no one on this call said they had 10, 20, 100 clients. I have clients that have 100 plus locations, but a lot of folks on this call are probably the newer agencies, right? We're going to get you where you build your foundation, and then we'll get you a little bit of experience, and then we're going to systemize and scale from there. Part of my agency fast start roadmap, I will walk you through, I think it's 6 sessions with 8 different topics that we're going to cover through. So we're going to start from the very, very, very beginning, which is the initial setup and laying the foundation. We're going to talk about your brand, your agency. What did you do to name your agency? We're even talking about your agency name. I'm going to talk to you guys about why I named mine what I did, right? And how I may have made that mistake 14 years ago, but now I'm stuck with it. We're talking about the service offerings and the packages, right? Those first 2 key points are going to help you define your unique selling proposition, your USP, your avatar, who you are selling to and why you're selling to them, what their pain points are. Once I know that, and once you knew that, we can then move forward and talk about why you're offering the services and packages that you guys have, and we set this up. Then we'll talk about setting up your authority and your presence, so that when somebody goes out there and looks you up in your business, whether you're brand new or you're an established agency with some clients, they can look and see who you are. They can look at your website, they can look at your social media presence, and it reflects your foundation and your service offering and your packages, and it speaks to them, right? If I'm always posting about PPC and how to generate leads through paid ads, or what Google My Business latest trends, tips, or tricks are, or video marketing, if everything that they go and they hear about from me online is relevant to that and then to their vertical and their local area, that's going to give me a leg up, right? We're going to show you guys how to do all of that by setting up your authority and your presence. Then generating quality traffic and leads. We've got a couple key things that we do here that help generate quality leads, where they self-qualify themselves and they do the outreach to me requesting more information. Talk about the virtual or the remote demo and sales flow. I've got a couple software platforms, and I've obviously done some larger deals with consulting clients from there. So there's a couple different options that you've got. You can talk about putting them into the self-trial and what that means and how to get them upgraded from there. We can get them into a one-on-one Zoom or screen share type demo, or how to get them on a consultation call and what questions to ask them to be able to move forward. So there's a couple different things from there. In addition to that, we'll talk about closing the deal. How do you get them from I'm interested to on a call to asking the 5 words that close most of my deals? Are you ready to get started? I think it's 5 words. Are you ready to get started? 6 words. Are you ready to get started? Right? That's how I close a deal. It's as simple as that. Or are we doing this thing, right? That's another one. It's a little bit more less professional, but it's a little bit just conversational from there. But how do you collect the money? What agreements do you have in place? Do you need an agreement? We talk about all of that, right? So you guys set this up as we go through. And Sean and a couple of the guys will answer your questions here in just a little bit. Fulfilling your offer and onboarding, right? So this is where even when you get like, oh my gosh, I got the client, like then everybody goes, well, what do I do next? And they spend all this time on the front end. Tell me if this is you guys or not. Spend all this time trying to figure out your foot in the door to get somebody to like get on an appointment, and then maybe they say yes and you get a sale, but like, what do you do next? Because there's a lot of folks that are on here that they get somebody to say yes, they get the payment, and then they spend all of their time doing fulfillment, and they're basically wasting their time and money doing the fulfillment themselves, right? We're going to show you how to leverage that and to take that off of your plate as we go through. Then finally, how to automate, replace, and scale. If you have a roadmap of a system of putting everything in place, and I'm going to give you guys exactly what we use in our own agency, in our business, where I don't do any of the fulfillment. I don't have time for it, right? And I shouldn't be doing it, right? I should be the CEO of my business, running and pulling the strings on everything, not actually going out there and building it and doing it myself. All right. You also get done with you materials and automations of a scaling digital agency. I'm going to open up our playbook and show you everything that we do. And you're going to see some real world examples of actual clients talking about how we ran these processes specifically with them. You're going to we'll have access to that as well. And you need to take the time now to be able to run and get your business up and running from there. And there you go. Because if you don't take the time now, if not now, to set up your business and your agency properly, then when? If you're not going to set up your agency and you're not going to set up everything that you've got right now, if not today, then when are you going to do it? Right? So think about that for a second. Now is the time to be able to go through. So just an amen, brother Jeff, right? Like, I'm not preaching to you guys, but like, this is like, if you don't take the time right now, if not today, if you don't put aside, the time to do it now, when are you going to do it? Right? Think about that. So if you're here and you're committed to yourself and in your agency, your business, you need to be able to build out the framework so that you can build the momentum of what you need to be able to move forward. It's like a train leaving the station. Now my slides are about 5 seconds behind right now, so I can't go clicking through them, but it's like a train leaving the station, right? Think about the momentum that a train builds up. The amount of energy to turn that wheel to get it to go for the first initial turn is the greatest it will be to go from 0 to 1 mile an hour. And then it will slowly pick up speed over the next, mile or two, right? But then by the time that train's going 20, 50 miles down the track, it is at full speed and it is almost impossible to stop. So think about your agency about to leave the station like a train, right? You need to get everything in place, the tracks laid down, your coal or whatever they're using to power, trains now. In this case, it was probably coal back then. Get everybody on board and get down the track. But you need to lay that foundation to be able to set up. Now, I will tell you that I've run into hurdles, I've run into problems, but without struggle, there's no success, right? Every single person that's ever built a business, gone to do professional sports, whatever it is, you're going to have some struggles. And you need to take those lessons learned and be able to grow from there, right? I want to tell you right now, it's okay to fail as long as you learn and grow. We talked about it. Focus, faith and effort, and discipline. So the focus, right? You're going to pick on something to focus on. It doesn't have to be what I offer. It has to be what you think is best for you and for your avatar and for your unique selling proposition. Faith and effort, right? Try it out. If it doesn't work, you failed at it, you learn and you move forward, right? Even a failure is a lesson learned and it's a good way to move forward for you guys as you get set up from here. Now, I've grown and I've exited multiple companies. So leverage that knowledge. I've got 14 years in the digital agency space. You can pull from all of our knowledge that we've got here in the office and ask those questions and get the answers to what you need to be able to move forward for your setup. The question is, like, are you ready for this? Are you guys ready to be able to build and grow your momentum and let the train leave the station? Give me a yes in the chat right now if you're ready for this, if you're ready to get started and you're ready to jumpstart your agency and your business. So I got Leah, yes. Dimitri says yes. Tanisha says yes. Awesome. All right, let me take a drink of water. We got a couple more yeses coming. Yes, absolutely. Great. So let's talk about like running a marathon here, right? When you're running a marathon, the yeses are coming in. Yes, if we can work out. Yep, Jackie, we should be able to do that too. All right. When you're running a marathon, there's no one giant step that does it, right? You can't leap the 26.2 miles or whatever it is for a marathon, right? I haven't run in a long time. So, but it's just a lot of little steps, right? If you can take those consistent little steps every time you go out there, yes, you can be able to do that and be able to move forward from there. Now, I'm going to give you guys early bird access to something that I've been building and that I've actually run through live with a group on, right? And you're going to get early bird access as part of my deal and my friendship with Alicia and Lorette before the general public. I'll let you guys into my agency fast start program. Now, I normally do one-on-one consulting. It's in office. You came to my office, it's $5,000 a day, right? We will go through and we'll build everything for your business, your agency, and set up that you've got. I have some folks that have done that and they've seen some really amazing results. Like Chris for Local Auction, we went out. He's a friend and a fellow mastermind member of mine, and we helped turn a project around of his within days, right? I was brought on to rebuild his USP, unique selling proposition, update the language of who he's marketing to and his avatar. And we had set a goal. We smashed that goal and we did 300% more income than expected. for Chris, right? He's a friend of both Alicia and Lorette and mine as well. Paul is a local agency owner and a local business acquaintance of mine. He was having trouble with conversions for what he was doing to offer to the business owners and to his list, right? So we did 1 or 2 Zoom consulting calls, and I basically helped him rebuild the framework. And I actually didn't even hear anything from him back about his offer for a couple months. And then he sent me this text 2 to 3 weeks ago, and I think you guys should be able to read it, but he basically ended up with about 10% conversion, which was good for him because he had a lot of customers already on that sales presentation that he did. So he's able to think that, I think he's doing really well with it now. He suspects that it's, doing significantly better than it was when he ran the initial offer. In addition to that, I got one of my friends, Bill. He's a friend now that worked with me. He was a 2-day in-office consultation for $10,000, 2-day coaching client, right? He was struggling with his growth and his go-to-marketing strategies and helped rebuild and reframe his offer for his agency and B2B businesses. He went ahead and did $300K revenue in 4 months after we did our in-person meeting for 2 days. Now, I also do some small group coaching, right? Anywhere from about $4,000 to $10,000 for my small group coaching. And this is actually a screenshot of my current group that's out there right now. I blurred out their faces because I didn't tell them I was doing this, but we met yesterday. We meet once a week, once every other week as we go through. And we basically talk about their businesses and how they're setting up. The reason why I want to show you guys that is these guys are paying high dollar for almost the exact same training you're going to get a huge discount on today, because you guys are going to have something before I go to market with this. You're going to get an inside track to walk you through all of my systems and processes, because I think that you'd agree that my systems work, right? What I'm doing, showing you guys how we're doing this in our own basis, in our own agency, I think you'd agree that my systems work, right? You're going to get a complete blueprint of a successful marketing agency that's working right now. I will remove any doubts by helping build your own agency up from scratch together, right? I'm going to help you guys build your own agency up from scratch. I will hand you everything that you need as we grow your agency together. We will reveal and share all my sales materials, my funnels, and even the offers that we sell. I'm going to dig in. You'll watch me log in over the shoulder into all of our sales materials and all the stuff that we have. And I will teach you how to simplify the entire process in your agency sales funnel to get you guys up and running, plus how to fulfill, remove yourself from that process, and follow up post-sale to make even more money. I mean, this could be you in just 45 days. You could be out there selling your anchor and then adding in lead generation and lead conversion. Now, I know that took about 10 seconds to come up, but this could be you in about 45 days from now. We can get you guys up and running, creating your funnel, generating leads, and closing deals very, very quickly and rapidly so that you're actually making sales inside your agency where it happens on a 1, 2, 3 type basis. So I'm basically going to give you guys an agency in a box, right? You'll have the ability to copy and clone our exact agency or help you build yours from the ground up with our agency fast start program. If you join me, you can simply copy everything I use to close clients and put it in your own packages, because what we're doing here, and I think you'd agree, works for ourselves for what we're doing to be able to generate those leads and close those deals very, very quickly. Somebody just said it was very interesting, right? But right now you guys are going to have 2 options. So the first option is that you do nothing and you take this opportunity and nothing changes for you, right? Take some of the stuff that you've learned today, go back through, look at what your offers and define that clearly and figure out how you're going to set it up. The second option is make this relatively small investment in yourself, in your family's financial security and future today, and give it a shot. I can promise you that if you put in just a little bit of effort, you're going to see results. Matter of fact, one of my coaching clients that was on that Zoom call, we remodeled his package and they instantly were leveraging ego against their competitors, and they were closing. They had 3 level tier packages, and we basically used ego against themselves with the way we named it. Maybe I'll share this with you guys on the inside. They got a bunch of business owners on the call, and they sold all but one of the highest program based on some tweaks that we made to their offer. So you guys have that capability. I'll share those stories with you as we go through in the inside of the program. Now, this will only be the first 25 who activate and join the agency fast start program. Now the slides can take about 10 seconds to come up here, but when you activate your account now, if you're one of the first 25 who activate, you'll get instant access to the training and the Facebook group. You'll get full access to everything for just $497 one time, right? It's multiple interactive assignments as you guys go through. You'll see that you'll go through section 1 and you'll have a sheet to fill out to walk through, and we'll come back next week and we'll do a live training with you, walking you through sessions 1 and 2. We'll do multiple interactive assignments for you. You'll have a step-by-step walkthrough of the program, bonus live members call, plus all the fast action bonuses that I'm about to give you if you're part of that first 25. When you go to jeffhershey.com/let's go, because I want you guys to get started. I want you guys to jump in on this. I'm going to show you guys why here in just a second. So now I'm not going to mess with anything. I'm going to let Destin, if he's on, and then Alicia or Raina, if you guys can just drop that link in the chat, because I'm going to go through what the first 25 are going to get for being the fast action takers inside of this. Now, normally I'll do a couple things, but I can't because of the screen and go to webinar. So you're going to get everything that you need to hit the ground running with our done with you and done for you agency fast start program. Now, what do I mean by that as we go through, right? You're going to see that you're going to be part of an interactive group. You're going to have direct access to me on a regular basis, and that you've got other folks that are in that have gone through this initial, because again, this wasn't open, this has not been open to the public yet, right? And this was only open to my own internal group. And you can see that they loved it, right? They loved for the specific steps to take in order to establish a solid foundation for their agency, providing the initial thought process of what a day-to-day agency should be considering for prospects. These are the things. You guys get all these foot-in-the-door strategies, but you don't know how to build. We're going to take those foot-in-the-door strategies and help you guys build it from there. There's structured sessions, and Alicia and Lorette will tell you I'm one of the most structured people that you guys will know, right? And then we like hour-long calls that stay short and focused and keep you guys on point and give you your next steps to where you need to go from there. I survey our members as we go through, and you can see that once this comes up, Brad said he's using my agency as a real-world example with my diversity of clients and services that were provided to those clients. The screen still hasn't popped up. There we go. The formatting, approximately an hour is great. You get some takeaways, and it doesn't take away from your daily schedule. If you could take an hour 1 to 3 days a week, you can go out there and build this, right? Go through and take the steps, right? A couple hours a week and you're good to go. The content's clear, concise, right? He realized that he needed to improve his prospecting and feel that the course provided him with some great ideas to better his approach. Drew said, too many things to mention, it's world-class, learn a ton, so much goodness from him. Miguel said, clear step-by-step process to launch a successful agency. Made things easy to follow along with and take action. And Janine said, ability to reach so much awesome and actionable information for agency, realistic action items that will help her target the right audience for her services. These are things that a lot of folks miss, and these are the fellow members that you guys are gonna be working with inside the program. Now, I can give you guys the foundation, how I built mine, and you can copy it and be up and running in 45 days, but there's something that I have to do for you, right? And there's something that you have to do for yourself in your agency and your business. And as the slide slowly comes up here, we have to fill your funnel, right? If we are not feeding your business, not feeding your funnel on a regular basis, we're not going to be successful with this. So we have to fill your funnel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you our done for you business lead generation templates. These are 60, as the slide's going to come up here, plus business and special offer templates in, I think it's like, maybe it's 60 different niches, but I think it's like a dozen or two different niches that are out there, maybe 20 different verticals with our digital agency starter pack. If you don't have a social media presence, if you're in these groups that somebody said, hey, somebody just typed it, I'm in. We haven't even gotten started yet for the first 25, right? I will help you build your list because, right, I like to market to my list, right? But you've got to build your list. I'm going to give you the software to run this on your LinkedIn, your Twitter, your Facebook profiles to be able to do some lead generation and run special offers. These are complete packages that you have with our done for you lead generation campaigns that you can even offer this as a service, because you can go and sell this to, as this slide starts to slowly go over here, you can go to a chiropractor, you can have them opt in, you can use this as an offer for your local chiropractor. There's the slide right here. We can do lead generation, or you can do special offers for them. It works for both your agency and for a local business. Plus, all of these are already ready to upload and are waiting for you inside of the back office of the package that you've got to go. So this is our digital starter pack. It's a $497 value. These were all built so that you guys can go out there and find content and articles and post those. We also have list building campaign templates. These are our ready to go service templates in video marketing, lead generation, social media marketing, Facebook marketing, reputation, pay-per-click, web consulting. All of those are already in that back office for you. Also included are my 7-minute headlines. I'm going to teach you guys some copy and show you guys how we are writing a viral shareable title to get people to click through our posts online. We're going to help you feed your funnel, right? I'm going to give you multiple ways to go out there and drive leads to your agency so that people are saying, yes, this is me. I want to have this. I also have a specific brand new social media growth strategy that I'm seeing work extremely well in multiple marketplaces. This is a simple tactic to generate dozens of leads fast. What I'm going to do with that is I'm actually going to work with you guys live next week. I think it's like 8 days from now. I think it's like next Friday. We're going to have a live agency fast start session with you, right? All the stuff's already been pre-recorded and up there, and you'll see we'll walk you through, but you're going to have questions. And I also want to share with you this super secret, simple social posting strategy that I'm using online right now that you guys can use as well for your agency. And you are going to be surprised with how stupid simple this is to get business owners to literally be begging you and sending you direct messages for more information on what you have. I'm going to teach you guys that next Friday because I want you to go through the first at least 1 or 2 sessions and have everything up to speed. So you'll get that bonus session with all of our current members as well. Now, when you go through, it's like the train leaving the station. Small things add up, right? With a consistent drip of activity, you will see continual progress. You don't need to work 12 to 14 hours a day and be the hustle pride member of like, I work my butt off and I don't spend time with my family, I don't eat, I don't get to do any fun stuff. No, I'm going to teach you how to do small steps and move forward and be able to slowly remove yourself up and out of the business so that it runs itself. So you can spend time with your kids. You can go golfing in the afternoon. You can go to work out at the gym. You can just sit back and read a book, have a glass of wine, have a beer. I don't care. Like, you get to do what you want to do because you've built up a consistent drip of activity and you know the system, the process is in place. In addition to that, I want you guys to have confidence in what you are and what you offer, right? So I'm going to do something for you. I will also certify you through a special 4-week program as a social media growth specialist, right? So you've got to be able to get in, and you get in those first 25. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to certify you as a social media growth specialist with one of my software packages and programs. It's a special social rotation members training that we actually just wrapped up the last week, which is a great service offer for you to, number one, lead by example in your marketplace, but then offer this to, I think it's like 20 or 30 different verticals. We show you how to prospect using social media for yourself, as well as you're going to be certified to help local businesses find their ideal clients as well. So helping you as an agency, and then you teaching that and showing that, leading by example for those local business owners as well. And they're going to say, how do I get that for my business? We're going to show you guys how to do that, how them reaching out for you guys to set up. I'm going to give you our proven sales flow, right? We're going to give you our black box presentation on how to run a successful pitch meeting, right? So we're going to give you the deck. We're going to give you an example. We're going to give you the flow of everything that you have as you get set up. Keisha says, I'm in, take care all, awesome. All right. Plus, you're going to get special training on how to onboard those clients, right? I'm going to teach you that inside the course, but we're going to show you specifically as a social media growth specialist how to onboard the clients for yourself as well. And what I'll do is I will give you 3 weeks of access to the software for just $1, right? You don't even need the software to go through this training to get set up, but what that training is going to do is over that 3-week span, we're going to build your presence. We're going to build your brand and your authority, like we're going to talk about in session 3. And this program alone, just the certification program alone, sold for $600. So I'm giving that to you as a bonus as part of this agency fast start, because I want you to fill your funnel, right? I need you to fill your funnel to be able to sell those services. I'm also going to give you, as part of this special certification program, an offer that you can offer and sell easily, and the fulfillment is literally 15 minutes, and you're done for the entire year. So I want to make sure that I can make it as stupid simple as possible for you to understand what you're offering, provide value, generate your leads, and fulfill the offer very, very quickly. Now, the ball is going to be in your court, right? This is your opportunity to jump in and be able to move forward. Now, if all you took as part of this first 25 that jump into this program and go through was just one of these things, it's going to be worth more than the value of what you're going to pay getting in. If you just learn the exact processes that you can build and promote your own offer, you're saving thousands of dollars, because I charge somewhere between $4,000 and $10,000 to come into my office, and I'm giving you all of that in an online digital format, right? About how I hire and train and outsource the services that we offer. We're going to walk you guys through all of that as we set up. Or maybe the simple Be Cool sales funnel strategy for your agency. If you just learn how I sell in the Be Cool way, that's going to be worth it to you. Or how we complete and fulfill the deal and collect money. A lot of folks are still concerned of, how do I do that? How do I make it work? What happens? We're going to show you guys that. As a matter of fact, I'm actually going to give you a package that does all of that almost completely on autopilot for you. Or if you leverage just one of my proven contract templates, I'm going to give you my 1-page and my 12-page, and I think the other one might be like 18 pages, but I'm going to give you my small single-page contract. And when I use it and when I don't use it, I'm going to give you my larger one that we close a 5-figure deal with here just like 60, 90 days ago, and show you guys how we do all of that. Or if you got to look over my shoulder and got value from the real world experience of a real agency, it's going to be worth more than the value of the course alone. Now, the action taker bonus is limited to the first 25 people that get in, and the slide is not moving forward. So all it's going to tell you that, there you go, action taker bonus for the first 25 people. If you're one of the first 25, you're going to get everything we talked about so far, but I want to give you guys something even better, right? So about a month ago, I held an in-person workshop here in Scottsdale, Arizona. And this is the advertising sales page for it, right? It was a double your agency workshop. Alicia and Lorette were invited, but they couldn't make it because of some other scheduling conflicts. Otherwise, they would be on here as well. But it was based on the agency Fast Start program. It was based on everything that you guys will get inside the course. It was 2 days of action-packed content about agency setup, doing your branding and authority, right? Lead generation and marketing and prospecting and nurturing, right? And it was filled with some of the top industry leaders and speakers. As a matter of fact, Alicia was invited and she was unable to make it. Otherwise, I would have had her there as well. She would have been one of my keynotes, because I know what they do and I know some of the cool strategies and tactics they want. I want her there. The seats for this event sold between $300 to $500, right? $299 and up to be able to be part of this event. And we walked everybody through that. Now, the replays just came out a couple days ago, like earlier this week. We just announced them like 48 or 72 hours ago. I will give you access to the 11 sessions that we held over 2 days here at Topgolf in Scottsdale, Arizona, that follow the exact process with some additional highlighted information on branding and sales and funnels and things like that from all the top speakers that came out there. And then, as you guys can see when this pops up here, people loved this event, right? Obviously, it was based on the agency Fast Start program that you guys got to see here. Joe said it was a fantastic event. Thanks for putting it together. Drew said, he woke up at 2 a.m., his time when he got home with his brain going. Ben posted, that his friends were about to go live, and you can see, Kathleen, a couple other people were totally talking about the event. Jasmine went out, and then, she couldn't stop doing her homework and going through. David says, hey, 100%, 1,000% over delivered on that. Kathleen is talking about it as well. Somebody sent me a message about the event and how basically trying to give me a heartfelt thank you of like, we helped them build their agency from the ground up, as well as Ross there in the bottom corner. Those are just some of the things we caught online, and you guys are going to get access to that as well. So you'll have the content piece, you'll have all the software for lead generation. We're going to have everything that you need to be able to go out there and build your agency from the ground up. So we're going to do the last couple slides here, but before I get to any of your questions, I got a lot of ins, okay, great, all that kind of stuff, right? And I'll get to the questions here, but I have one more thing for the first 25 that's going to just make it absolutely over the top. If that is not enough for you, I want to know who feels like sometimes maybe they need a helping hand, like, some advice, give me a yes in the chat right now. Sometimes, maybe you need a little advice. Maybe you need someone like to reach out to, a lifeline of some sort. Yeah, Martha just typed in a yes. Yes, says Demetrius, right? William says yes. Denise says yes. Monica says yes, right? So would you guys like the opportunity to have a lifeline, right? You guys remember the show, like, lifeline, call a friend, email a friend, all of that kind of stuff from there. So if you guys could, maybe once in a while, need a little help, need a lifeline. I'm going to throw you guys out a lifeline right now for your business setup. Patricia just said yes as well. So this is slowly pulling up because GoToWebinar doesn't want to work great today. I'm going to give you an email lifeline for you and for your agency and for your business, right? You will get inside of this program direct email access to me while you're in this program. So we just typed in great, right? You'll have an email lifeline. So I just typed in I'm in, right? So if you're one of the first 25 inside the program, you'll get my email. If you need it and you can't find it, just email my support staff and they'll get it to you, but it will come directly to me. You will get a reply from me, right? So I have people that pay me to see me for an hour a week. They pay me like $4,000 for 60 days, right? You guys are getting that email lifeline. In addition to that, sometimes an email, somebody just typed in great, great, awesome, right? You have all of those. There's sometimes you need a little bit more. Maybe we need to jump on the call. Maybe we need to figure out what you need to get your agency up and running, or there's some sort of connection or something, some issue that you need to resolve, right? And I don't feel like writing down 15 paragraphs or having you guys do 15 paragraphs, send me a video. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it even one better. You're gonna get the email lifeline. But in addition to that, if you are one of the first 25, and I have to limit this, I will give you a 1-hour consulting call with myself or my staff, most likely me, depending on where you're at, or my staff if it's technical, with you to help your agency, right? That's one of the first 25. That right there is well worth more than the value of the course, right? We will jump on a Zoom. We'll record it. We maybe have a small group or just you and me. However we need to set up. I'll bring in staff. I'll use my black book if I need to get somebody set up. You'll get a 1-hour consulting call with me as part of the agency Fast Start program. But you have to be one of the first 25 to get in, right? When you activate your account now, you're gonna get instant access to the program and the Facebook groups. It's $497 one time. You'll have the interactive assignments. I know the slide is taking forever to upload and to change. From there you go. Multiple interactive assignments, step-by-step walk through the program. You'll get the bonus live members training call that's going to come next week for you guys, where you'll be able to ask me questions. We'll jump on and we'll do it. It's going to be Friday, like mid-morning, early afternoon for folks on the East Coast. And then you'll get all those fast action bonuses when you go to jeffhershey.com/let's go. Now, I think for me, I just need to make sure that I have, this is the last slide before we go through and do the closing slide for you guys. So I know there's some questions that came in. Alicia, I'm going to freeze, I don't even want to say the word freeze. You can pop up on your camera. I'm going to pause on this slide for a minute because, guys, I want you to go to jeffhershey.com/let's go right now. And there's Alicia, you're up, perfect. So at least we can get this part of the call working. For you guys and what you're doing in your business and in your agency and some of the stuff that we've added in here, what are your thoughts, Alicia, or do you have anything else you want to add before I answer any questions?
Yes, I was trying to type in all the people that I'm in into the chat so everybody could see it, but we've got a bunch of people saying I'm in, which is absolutely awesome. But I have one thing to add, and that is that Lorette and I had the privilege of seeing what you were going to present, and we actually put together some of our bonuses. So awesome. Yeah, you have some amazing bonuses, but we're slapping some more bonuses on top of that because we looked at what you're doing and we said, you know what, these would be what we have. We have some things that would be great bonuses, some that have never been released, but we're in our, folders of things that we do for our own agency. So I'd love to just take the screen for a minute and show everybody if that's cool with you.
Yeah, good luck.
I know, right? So would you guys like to see some more bonuses? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Do you see a slide that says special bonuses just for our students? You guys see that?
Yes, it came up. Thank goodness. All right.
All right, it did come up. So here's what we're adding in. We have 101 social media images for your agency to tack on to all those amazing images that Jeff showed you already. These are just one that really Lorette developed for her agency with her design team. And so she talked about throwing them in. So you guys will get that. You'll also get some prospecting videos, which I did, right? So social media images from Lorette, prospecting videos that I did. They're in my voice and they're animated videos, which help you bring more clients into your agency. I love how Jeff also was talking about lead generation. I think that's where Keisha got most excited, Jeff, as I'm reading the comments, is when you were talking about the lead generation strategies. So one of the things that we're going to throw in is our standard operating procedure on how to launch a lead generation campaign with Facebook lead ads.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Let me recap, and I'm going to show you a screenshot of the SOP. So 101 social media images to promote the services that you offer. The images really are around website design services, social media, and lead generation, and then prospecting videos. They are all animated videos and what we call explainer videos with scripts included to help you promote the services that you offer. And then the like slam dunk, really great one that I know everybody's about to, who hasn't said they're in yet, is going to type I'm in the chat box to get this. And you guys have to be one of the first 25 to get in to get this, the SOP on how to launch a lead generation campaign with Facebook lead ads. So everything here, it's like step by step on how to do it. Do you guys see that? Like setting up your campaign manager, everything on how to do it, very step by step for the SOP. So you're going to get the complete SOP. If you're not sure what an SOP is, it stands for standard operating procedures. It's just like a really amazing to-do list that shows you step by step what you need to do. Okay, step one, if you're in the new ads manager, switch to the previous version, or setting up your campaign, select your target audience. Like, it's gonna walk you through everything so step by step that you could even hand off this SOP to a VA, a virtual assistant. Let's talk all in like code words. SOP to a VA.
That's typical military for me. It's all acronyms, so I get it.
Yeah, it's all acronyms. It's all acronyms. But how many of you guys are really excited about that? So we're throwing in those three. Jeff will send your names over to Raina, and she'll make sure that you guys get all of those special bonuses. Monica, you are welcome. You are welcome. Cynthia says, I am in. If you are in and we haven't called out your name, say I am in the chat box. Mark, you're having some trouble with the payment form.
That could be Stripe. Mark, I'll give you my support email after this. We'll make sure I'll save Mark's spot and I'll give him our support email on my next slide. So
okay, sounds good, Mark. Is that good for you, Mark? Stanisha, you're all good with signing up as well. Cynthia, yes, I see you are in. Byron, you're excited about that? Okay, sounds good. Victoria, you're having trouble with that link. Yes, maybe type it in and see if that works for you, or put in your email address and Raina can email it to you really quickly. Frank, so Jeff, if you look at Frank's comment really quickly, maybe you have a slide. I don't think all the details are on that page when they go to order, but maybe you have
I just go straight to an order form. I don't really do a pre-page. So Frank, here's what you're gonna get.
Yes.
Let me just move. I'm not gonna do it on the, let's do here. Oh,
you want me to change you back to the organize?
No, because I'm gonna go through, I'll go through on my page right here. So because for some reason, GoToWebinar just want to go put things forward. So here's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get the program. You get the Agency Fast Start program. It is 6 sessions plus some bonus sessions on running ads and things like that for setting up your Agency Fast Start program from start to finish. The entire roadmap goes through, I'll give you the roadmap here of it as I go through. Initial setup, laying the foundation, service offerings and packages, setting up your authority and your brand and your presence, generating new quality traffic and leads. All these are already done with all of your homework assignments and everything. Normally I'd log in and show you all that, but since for some reason I can't share my screen today, we can't do that. You'll also get the virtual and remote demo flow of how I actually do virtual demos or remote demos, and how I do my consulting sales flow. We'll talk about closing the deals and agreements. I'm going to give you the agreements that I use inside of my agency, and then how to fulfill your offer and onboarding. I'm going to give you my SOPs on how we actually onboard clients for software, how I have customer support staff, how they're running. Going to give you my pricing sheets, all of that stuff, plus how to automate and replace yourself out of the business and to scale. In addition to that, what I will also give you are my done for you business lead generation templates and the software that we use to run it. At least he knows what that is. I'll be able to do some social media posting to generate leads and links. And you'll get away with it in groups because you're set up as an authority. From there, I'll give you all the templates. They're like 60 plus templates for local businesses, for the local business to also generate traffic with. In addition to that, some service-based templates for you as well. Next week, I will be holding a live call to basically summarize and wrap you guys up as a group and make sure that you're up to speed and you have any questions, you can ask me one-on-one live as we go through, as you've gone through the first session or three, and then gone through and done your homework. But in addition to that, I'm going to share with you some ninja, if you will, I hate using those words, but some ninja social media strategies that are working like gangbusters right now to generate leads. And it's something that anybody can do. It is so stupid simple, but it's working to generate like hundreds of leads, of local business leads, if you're doing it in the right groups and how to do that. I'm also going to go out there and, if, you know, for Frank that was asking this question, I will certify you as a social media growth specialist. It's a 4 or 5 week program that we use for one of my software programs that allows you to build the confidence to set up your business and agency around that as a product offering. If you don't already have it, I'll give you 3 weeks of access to the software to be able to get yourself up and running, and then you'll probably be selling it from there, so you'll be making your money back. Those are how to set it up, how to create your own brand authority in your business, how to position the black box, how to sell it. I'll give you all of the pitch and presentations from that, and then basically how to do the upsells and fulfill on the back end as well. In addition to that, if you're part of the first 25, you will get access to my Double Your Agency workshop recordings. It's 2 days of recordings that we filmed in 4K here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Multiple sessions were of me that mimic and mirror exactly what we do in the Agency Fast Start program. I taught it live to a group of like 50 people in person and another 50 or so virtually on a live stream. We did it about a month ago, so it is highly relevant. But then we've got some other top industry speakers that joined us as well on basically agency setup, branding and authority, lead generation, marketing and nurturing your prospects, and then basically closing the deal, ongoing fulfillment, onboarding from there. Those seats sold $200 to $500, depending on the seat level that you purchased for that. Finally, in addition to that, Frank, you're going to get my email. So my support staff will give you my email. If you need an email lifeline, you'll have that while you're part of this program. Reach out to me. And if Lorette and Alicia will tell you that I am available, I'll tell you how many emails I have right now in my inbox. I have 5 emails in my inbox. So what does that mean?
I believe it. That's the thing, Lorette's always, you were sitting next to her at an event and you showed her your inbox and there were 5 emails and she's like, what the? She'll never forget that. So
and I'll use it every time because that'll tell you that when you email me, it'll get to me, right? It's not going to be lost in the 42,769 emails that are sitting there spam. I literally check my email multiple times a day, and if a new one comes in, you guys will be set up. But I also understand, Frank, that maybe you need a little extra help. That writing 10 paragraphs in email is not going to set up. So this is worth the value, double the value of the course. I'll do a 1-hour consultation call with you on your setup in your business when you're ready for it, right? Keep it in your hip pocket, call me on the bat phone, and I'll be able to set that up. But to get that, you got to be one of the first 25. Mark, I know you're trying to get in and the payment process is not working for you. You've got one of those 25 slots for you, so I don't know how many are left. Frank, if you're in, you'll get one of those as well, but you'll get the 1-hour consulting call for you guys as well. And obviously I do have to limit that because when people do call the bat phone, I got to answer. I got to find time for you to be able to get you guys set up and running from there. So with that being said, that's everything that you get as a quick summary, Frank, for you. I know there's some people that patiently were waiting on some questions. Alicia, do you want to filter through some of those so I don't like wind up like crashing, and then maybe give me my screen back and we'll try that?
Sure. So Chris first there's a question about the digital payments special. Can you explain that?
Sure. So because I don't have, Did I freeze over here? Hold on a second. Can you guys see my screen?
No.
All right, just take the screen back. This is good.
And it's weird. I don't even see your other.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay,
Oh,
wait,
there
wait,
you
don't
you
go
got it.
anywhere. Don't go
Okay.
anywhere. All right. So again, we are having some major technical difficulties. I wanted to show you guys all of this. So on the order form, I don't even want to pull it up because it's not going to go. There's the option for you to get the digital payments upgrade. That is a separate course on and a separate program on offering digital payments to local businesses. This is one of my secret sauces to getting my foot in the door, to the personal trainer, to the car dealership, to the mover, and to the dog, the coyote-proof dog fencing guy, is I have a way to help take revenue for the business through text message, email, invoice, and online ordering as well. We can attach it to your website. We can have, take those businesses, excuse me, to be able to take revenue and digital payment. And it's a $500 or $400 program that we have to be able to offer that. I will get you into my digital ship network. We will help you guys upgrade to the digital payments program so you can offer that as well. And that is one of my secret foot in the door strategies and programs that we have. And I'm giving it to you, and it's never been offered at this price at half off for as part of this program, because I want you to have, you'll have the social media piece for this, for lead generation, but I want you to also have an additional offer that will help generate you guys revenue for months and years to come. Because what it is I will get you a free digital payments account for your own agency. We just released that like this past month. And as you go through the workshop replays, you'll see that I talk a lot about digital payments and I talk a lot about my social media, right? But the digital payments was like the crown jewel of the event. So when we were talking about how we offered, how we integrated with websites, and we talked about all the stuff, I already know you're going to be asking me questions for that as you go through those trainings. So I'm going to offer it to you here as part of this process at half off. You'll be able to get your own digital payments account where you'll be able to text clients. You'll even be able to pass on some transaction fees as part of a site fee program. And when you sell it to a local business, when you sell them digital payments, the digital payment upgrade for them, you will actually be able to make a small percentage of every single transaction that they make. I like to call it like, it's like dimes from heaven. It's like pennies from heaven, but really it's about a dime per transaction that you guys will make. So as we go through here, I wanted to give you one more opportunity to get something that you could offer to a local business if you didn't have a great foot in the door strategy, or if you didn't have a way to collect payment for those businesses. Because what I can do is I can collect a text message, have them pay me for the website, or go to my website on my agency site, put down the deposit, and then be able to integrate that with their own business as well. So I set that up as a bonus offer for you guys. Normally I click through on the screen and do a couple things for you. I know it's not optimal today for that, but it is one of the trifecta arms that I'm offering with my anchor, right? So I'm using my anchor as my website, my lead generation is going to be social media, and then my lead conversion and obviously my payments is part of the digital payment program, and some other things that we're offering. So I will get you guys in, you get your own account, you'll be part of that network, and then you'll be able to leverage some more tools as an additional service offering that you can offer to those businesses. So we'll train you and bring you up to speed on that as well. So hopefully, Elisa, that gets the question answered for that. And if you have a specific question on it, I can answer it for you guys that want to have that. I can go through and you can just email my support team if you have a question on it, and we can potentially add that on for you as well. And to get that, you just go to support@jeffhershey.com and I'll be able to answer that question for you. What other questions do they have, Alicia? I know we started a little bit late. I know there's some people that did have some questions. Is there anything that specifically you want me to answer that we missed that we haven't covered yet?
Hey there, Jeff. This is Lorette just jumping in. Hey, so hey, it seems like you did answer a lot of the questions. All the questions that we have remaining are, can you save my spot? Or some people having some issues with payment on the page. So those of you that are having issues, remember there's the email. It's support@jeffhershey.com. It is in the chat box. Raina is also getting your information so we can make sure that we have it and there's no miscommunication, so we can make sure that we contact you, you contact us, because we do want to make sure that you get into this training.
I saw one from Mark that says, can you use your own CRM? Yes, you do not have to use anything of mine. It's agnostic. You would actually use some of my competitors' products if you have them. I don't care. This is about building your agency from the ground up. So yes, if you have your own CRM, if you have your own offers or solutions, you can offer those as well.
And then another question, is this only geared to local businesses?
So it's geared towards building yourself a digital agency that sells products or services to local businesses. You could build up like an e-com or something like that, but the focus of the training is all primarily going direct to local businesses. You can repurpose it, but that's where my focus is.
Okay. And then Mark is saying, when is the first group call? Is there a group call date and time?
So it is next Friday, because I want you guys to go through a couple of the modules. As you go through, you'll see that it's already pre-recorded. I've done them live and I've walked everybody through those, but it would be a week from tomorrow to give you guys that time to get in, to go through. And I think it is, let me just look at my calendar real quick. It is going to be at 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific is that calendar time.
All right, awesome. And then Cynthia and Nora will definitely make sure to reach out to support, and we'll reach out to you as well. Monica, congratulations. She said she thinks she was number one in getting into it.
She might have been. I can't check because I don't want anything breaking.
Congratulations. So is there any other questions? So, Raina, can you help Frank there? Hey there, Byron. Welcome,
cool.
Welcome.
Cool. Now I've got it working. I can actually see the question thing again.
Okay.
So, T Omo, so I don't know if it's Tom or Tomo or just T, asked, what kind of questions are you asked during the survey process? And he's talking about onboarding a client. I actually will give you my actual survey, and you'll be able to see it and go through it. So you'll see what we ask as we go through. Sean, great question. Do I build the websites in-house or outsource? I actually have a team member that I've been spinning up for the last 2.5 years in-house. He gets paid salary. He does he's my, one of my Swiss Army knives of doing things, but he does all of my websites. He's done a lot of our websites, our software websites and things like that. So he's the one that actually does it for me. We do have some simple clonable websites that we can show you guys as potential as offer as well. Keisha says, amen, brother. Every building needs a solid foundation. Businesses are the same. Yeah, absolutely, Jackie. Seems like a lot of work compared to passive income on some online digital products opportunities, says Craig. Yes and no, Craig. If you want to build a quick passive income, go through the social media certification process. Become a specialist on that and only offer that. I talk about it in the live event in the session 1, and I talk about it, I think, in session 1 of the actual agency fast start. You need to define the type of agency that you want. Do you want to have a big agency, or do you want to have a lifestyle agency, or do you want to have a combo of both? At the event that we did a couple weeks ago, it was almost unanimous. Everybody wanted a larger lifestyle agency, and you got to build that foundation, and you got to be able to build that up. Stanisha will get you taken care of. Just email our support. Monica asked what digital payments is, so I got that set up. You said great information seems to be, please speak the value of those add-on IDA. We'll get Jeff's program, what we get from IDA. So it looks like she already left, but for Keisha, I think you're in. We already answered that. We did digital payments. Another person, slowly move yourself up and out of the business resonates. Yep, cool. And then can you use your own CRM? I answered that. I need all of this. Okay, awesome. Somebody said I'm in. And then Victoria, email our support staff. We'll make sure you guys are set up. Frank, I went through all your offer stuff. Where do we go to activate? Yep, so I can go to the previous slide. I think, Cynthia, we've got you your link. Let me just go back. It's jeffhershey.com/let's go. Oh, now the slides move quickly. Right? As we're wrapping up, there you go. From there. Yep, Mark, you're in. We'll get you set up. Cool. Yes, is there URL? We talked about that. Frank, awesome. Somebody says sounds great. Can you handle the transaction directly? Yeah, I can. Frank will take care of you on that. Support contact was on the next page. We'll get it from there. Jeff, is a one-on-one call with you personally or with one of your team? Sean, it's going to be most likely with me. Unless it's website stuff, I'll give you to Mike. But I think we're talking strategic, so it's going to be one-on-one with me. We talked about digital payments. So okay, we talk about that. Talk about the order stuff. First time caller, long time listener. We talked about payment stuff. So we had issue with your computer. If you only knew what we had today. Yeah. So Byron, if you got you'll get the bonuses as well. And then Nora, we talked about the first group call. Byron says I use website logos, blockchain. I want to know if this would be applied to my real estate investments. Yeah. You can potentially do that. We can talk about it on the call where you do your consult call, Byron, and we can figure out how to make that work for you. And then the thanks is a training built on the Groove platform. Craig, it is not. It is built on my members area behind my membership area I've had for years now. So it's been in setup for as we go through. Sean, we'll know if you guys are part of the first 25 that got in, but if you get in there and you're on this call, I'll honor it for you because I know we have a couple of people that we're still trying to get in. And then Nora had a couple of questions. The cost of the software, it's $1 for the first 3 weeks, Nora, and then I think it's like $200 a month for 10 locations, but we talk about that on the back end. Go in there, get yourself certified, and then worry about that piece of it from there. So, but with that being said, Lorette, thanks for having me on.
All right.
And
thank
thanks
you so much, Jeff. Thanks for
appreciate
all this valuable information. I know people really enjoyed it. Everybody had a great time. Say thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. All right.
Thank you to you and your sister.
Thanks again, Jeff.
So,
and we
awesome.
appreciate you having on, and congratulations to all of you that jumped into this awesome opportunity. All right. See, we're getting a lot of thank yous. All right.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. And go to jeffhershey.com/let's go. Be one of those first 25 and you get all those bonuses that we just talked about.
All right. Take care, everybody. Thanks again for joining us. All right. Thanks, Jeff.